Yes, welcome to BPM Money. This is a new segment. Obviously, it's kind of like the Friday segment, which involves hashtag Friday, Black YouTube Watch, which might actually move to Saturday actually. And obviously, I want to talk a bit about money because I feel like money is a big issue in our community. We don't know how to deal with it that well. All I noticed is Black people tend to wanna. I don't know what it is, but we've got a predisposition to like not only expensive things but designer things, and I've never really been that kind of guy. I've always been like, it's not even interesting to wear this guy's top that costs $2,000 or pounds or euros. And I had a couple of close friends who used to get paid weekly wages of maybe 300, 250 pounds a week, which was, well, back then I was a bit younger, it was really nothing, but they'd use that 250 and probably spend 200 on a shirt. And I'd be like, yeah, man, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. And fortunately for us, the internet's brought us a long way since then. I mean, I'm not that old, but the internet was quite young when I was younger too. And it showed us ways to use our money wisely. And one of them is obviously investing in stocks and trades. I feel like that's a good idea. I think that's a bit more secure, though none of it's secure. And this is not a financial advice, just in case anyone's trying to say I'm telling you to buy stuff. I'd just say do your own research. But what I've found is you got the stock market. Obviously, you can trade in the stock market and put your money in there, and it grows better than it does in the bank. Like, you have your bank, got saving accounts, ICS accounts, which you put it on your account, but they limit how much you can actually put into your account, which is quite useless. That's why I would say use that money to put it on the stocks if you can. Find good stocks to invest your money in, because you'll always get dividend payments and you'll always get an percent increase. Unless there's a crash, obviously there's always the risk of a crash. You can always lose your money. It's the same way if a bank closes on you, you lose your money. But like I said, if my friend had a bit more knowledge back then, he, instead of paying the 200 quid a week to put into designer clothes, he could have bought maybe 4 shares from Machino or whoever the company was that owns that back in the day. So that's something important for people to understand is it may look good for you to walk around in Air Jordans, but how would it feel to actually own shares in Air Jordans, instead? That would feel much better. Someone might be like, yeah, you got Air Jordans, but if that person who bought the shoes has made sure, secured you a bit more percent on your dividends when you receive that, if Air Jordans pays dividends. Now, I would like to do some more of this and show you what stocks are pretty good, but not for today. I'm just telling you, giving you some quick tips on how to look at money differently, instead of just like going out and trying to buy a Chanel bag or Gucci bag. I know it looks good and it gets you lots of street cred, but it also makes you broke, really. So you got stocks. I think the stocks are a little bit dated, but I still think you can use it. I think what you need to get in today is crypto, and crypto is highly volatile. Like one day you're putting like, let's say 50 pounds, $50. One day you'll have $150. The next day you'll have $25. That's how volatile it is. Day just goes up and down, up and down. So you gotta be careful with it. But what that allows you to do is actually play the market a little bit, because if you watch it a lot, roughly when it's going up and when it's going down. So you can invest when it's low and sell when it's high, and kind of try and catch these lows. But in order for you to do this, you shouldn't do short day trading. You should do a bit long out, like medium to long trading. And medium to long is probably around, well, I think in crypto it could be a bit shorter. You should look to hold coins, I would say about a month. Look to hold it about a month. Look about how it's running up and down, get a kind of familiarize yourself with the pattern, and then decide, yeah, okay, I see how that's moving. I'm gonna invest now because I know it doesn't go past this sum. For example, it might go down, it might be at 6 at high, all-time high, and it goes down to 4. And it's not going any lower than 4, so that it seems to have a medium range of around $4. It stays around 4, and then you can try and catch when it's at 4, and it'll go up to 6. When it's at 6, you can decide I'm going to sell it or hold it. Doesn't matter. At some point, it'll pass the 6 though, and that's the thing with, like, for example, Bitcoin. At some point, everyone was like, okay, it's from 300, 800, then 3,000, and then it went, and everyone was like, oh, it's a 3,000 now, sell. Then it went down to almost nothing, then went up to 3,000 again, then went up to 20,000, and everyone was like, okay, this is the high. Then it crashed again after 3 or 4 months of being at 20,000, went down to like almost $1,000 or something, and that's when you should have invested. But most of us didn't. We were scared. Went down to 1,000, and now you look a couple of years later, it's all at 50,000. So it'll go down again. So this is your chance. Now I'm telling you today that if Bitcoin never goes back down to where it was, which I doubt it now because too many big people are in the game, which means it's now become a rich man's coin. But on the likely event that it does go back down, anywhere under 10,000 is a steal. Believe me, not financial advice, but I'm just saying you should try and watch the markets to see how it goes. It could benefit you, especially the black people who are a little bit behind with all this stuff, this knowledge. So yeah, it's definitely something to watch out for. So like I said, I think back in the day, like maybe in the 50s, it was like buying land and housing, and then the early 90s was probably like stock market. Or stocks have been around a long time, but like this is where it seems to have gone. If you bought a house in the 50s, 60s, 40s, 30s, you got it for $2. Now you try and buy a house, it costs like $500,000 for a decent sized house. If you go into a bigger city where there's anything trendy, you're already in the millions, 2 millions. So buying a house is not really an option now. So what you need to do is figure out, okay, what's the next trend? The next trend is now crypto. That's where everybody, especially us, everyone else, people are in it now, but we need to get onto it as well. And you can, the way I do it is obviously I try and stay away from the small coins as much as possible, but there's stable coins and there's you can make money off like this coin called dogecoin. It's irritating me because it was just a joke, but for some reason it's making a lot of money for a lot of people. So if it works, it works. So it's called like this. I would personally stay away from it, but I know there's people who buy it and they swear by it that it's going to go to $1 and then $2 and $10 or whatever, which is good. Maybe it makes sense to buy for anyone who's looking. I mean, it's around 50 at the time of this recording. It's around 50 to 60 cents for one. It makes sense to probably own 100 of them just in case. And that's how I would play it. I would say get yourself 100 of coins, 100 of the small coins. It doesn't cost that much. Okay, Doge is a bit more expensive now because it's okay. That's not expensive, 50 cents or 60 cents, but it's a bit more expensive than if it was 1 cent or 2 cents. So I would say try and get yourself 100 of each coin. It doesn't cost that much. Obviously, you can't get 100 Bitcoin now. That's stupid. But if you get some of these small coins, I would play it like that. If you get these small coins, get 100 of them. And then you never know when one might turn. Like, for example, I bought Tezos when it was €1.50. And now it's at around 6. Last time I checked, it was around 6 euros. So if you look at that, add 100 of those. So I just made 600 or 500 plus euros, so or 450 on top of my investment. And I would say you could just play it like that. Just do that. Invest 100 in each coin, unless you're liquid. If you're liquid, but if you're poor and you've only got like $50 available, instead of sitting on a bank account, say, I'm going to take my chances with crypto because it's going to go up and down. It's going to go up and down. The only time you're ever going to lose with crypto is when you invest in scams. There's a lot of scams. So you need to do your research, check what's going on and say, I need to watch which ones are real and which ones are not real. There's a lot of scam. I bought a lot of scam coins and I look now and I see my profile. But luckily I only spent like $10 or $20 on them. And they're worth nothing now, but all the other coins that did well for me have given me that money back and more. So it's worth sometimes just seeing which one sticks. Basically, it might sound like a bit of a waste of money, but like I said, I'm in the plus now because I did that strategy. I adopted that strategy where I was like, okay, if I just buy a little bit of all the ones that seem like they might be decent, just make sure you try and avoid 100% the scams. There's always scams. If you just look around, people will tell you. That's why a lot of people say Dogecoin is a scam, but it seems to be pulling off. It seems to be going, I think it's like third or fourth biggest coin at the moment. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? Because obviously there's people who are pumping and dumping it, which is another thing you'll watch out for, pump and dump scams, which I think happens on the stock markets too, and the traders markets. You gotta watch out for that stuff because that'll mess you up. So you can invest in stocks, which I think once you've made your profits, you should always try and take your profits to, if you see, I think if you can make 100%, well, let's say you've got 100 and you make 200, I think it's a good idea to take that profit 100 and then double your money and then play with the profits, take your money out and play with the profits. That's how you probably want to do it in an ideal world. And then hold should be one of your main focuses that you're going to hold for as long as possible. Because you see with Bitcoin and all the rest, well, there's a lot of the coins that are in there now which are probably going to do the same as Bitcoin at some point, because like I said, crypto market is a new market, so it deserves a very serious look at, especially from the Black and African community. So yeah, invest in, and then like I said, once you've done that, you can invest in more legit companies that are not legit, but companies that are, are going to stay around for a long time. IBM, no, I'm not going to say them. I don't know, Mail, global companies, Mercedes, BMW, Lufthansa, yeah. So you got all these companies that are like the big, and they're going to be around for a long time. They're never really going to do bad, That's how I would do it. So get your profits from the crypto and put it into stocks, and then keep playing with both of them. And obviously there's stuff like EFTs, hedge funds and stuff like this, which you can go into as well, which we'll talk about a bit further down in the line. I want to try to do as many of these as possible. For now, it's not my main focus, but I do dabble a little bit in the financial world because, just it's something that people should know about, and especially if you're trying to invest for your kids down the line. You could buy shares in, I don't know, let's say Mercedes-Benz. No, Tesla. Tesla's a good one. Buy shares in Tesla. Tesla's going to be worth a fortune in the future. Or Amazon. They're not going anywhere. Tesla's not going anywhere. Amazon's not going anywhere. These are two companies. Apple. They're going to be around for a long time, so you can put your money in there. And it'll go up and down a little bit percentage-wise, but it's not going to be where you're going to make a big loss. But then again, there could be a crash and then you lose your money. But then again, you won't lose your money. All that's going to happen is your shares are going to lose their value for a little bit. At some point, it's going to grow again. So as long as you don't sell it, you're good to go. Anyway, like I said, I'm not a financial expert, but I just do what works for me. To be fair, I think you don't need any particular skills. You don't need to be smart. You could read some books though, and learn to read these candle charts, these graphs. You could do some of that stuff. Maybe I'll go through some of that as well, a little bit down the line. So yeah, I just wanted to try this anyway. Talking a little bit about money and see if I can get you guys, interested in trying to figure out more about what I'm talking about, because there's definitely a chance for, especially the youth, man. This is something you need to get in now while you're young, while you got your first job, 18, 19, 20, and start putting 50 to 100 every month into stocks or crypto or something like that. Hedge funds, EFTs, I'll just anywhere but the bank, anywhere but a bank account. Don't leave your money in a bank account, because like I said, you're supposed to get 3% every year, but actually get more like 0 points because of inflation and all this crap. You're getting like 0.0001%, and they're then lending your money out that you have in the bank to other people and making profit off your money, which you don't even get anything back. So why would you do that? That's why you should get your money out of banks and put them into invest them. Basically, that's what I'll say. So anyway, I'm going to keep it short there. I didn't want to talk too long, actually. I'll carry on a little bit more. Well, maybe next video, I'll try and recommend some good shares and some good crypto coins to buy that might do well. You know, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in life apart from death. But you know, maybe we can get together, start this journey together, and figure something out. You know. So yeah, man. Anyway, I'm out, man. I hope this was good for you. If you like it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, so more people can see the video, more people can get on the train, the gravy train, and we hope we can make some money, man, together, because that's what's important. I guess there shouldn't be nobody who's got no money at the moment. It shouldn't be. You know, actually, just quickly before I end, I got a friend in Bangladesh, and crypto's pretty much banned there. And I'm like, why is it banned? You know, it can't. Why is it banned? So like this country can't get on the gravy train no matter what they do, because they've just been cut off from it. And that's what we need to change. You know, we need to get more and more people, distribute wealth evenly throughout the world, and then get other people to come up as well. You know what I mean? Let us all drive Teslas, man. Sack it. Well, I don't know if that's going to be possible, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. So I hope this has helped you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.